not really understand about the open translation. There was guys from the some box, yes, and the super team from Iceland. So it's some dynamical, yes, but strange a little bit.
Oh, the actual production you're referencing?
What?
Are you referencing the open production was strange?
Yeah.
It's a strange world right now. Yes, bam, we're live.
Okay. Hi everyone.
You're alive. Oh shoot, shit. Hold on. My perfect world is all fucked up right now. Can you bring me my coffee? Can you bring me my coffee? You're alive.
Yeah. Today the coffee was one of my best friends because the last night, 2 nights we spent in the shelter because the alarm started in 3 in the morning today, yes, and we must go down. And till the 8 of the morning, we sitting there, and I was exhausted because I have a couple hours of work today, train some people, and then try to train by myself. And yeah, it's photo from the shelter. It looked like that.
Yevgeny,
So
is that really what makes that place safe?
it's a parking place underground, so it's minus third floor, so it's deep in the ground, and there is some fundament, yes, of the all the building, so that place might be safe. And
I would be scared that I might get trapped in there.
yeah, there is this problem, but we have a couple of exits, so not only one. So if we have a problem with one, we can go another and another. A lot of exits there. So now we have there Wi-Fi, yes, internet. We have some electricity, so we can put uh, some hot stuff and not being cold there. But it's not my bed, yes, and the sleep there is impossible. So I'm like this.
You're a very handsome man, and you're young, so
Yeah,
I don't see any signs of wear and tear on you, which is kind of amazing.
uh, and important that I'm alive.
Yes, yes, you're live. For those of you who don't know, last week we met Yevgeny for the first time. He is in Odessa, Ukraine. We were basically we're using remarkable technology to find out what it's like living in a country that's being attacked by another country, by its neighboring country. And I would say that I would describe it as that. There's obviously some issues. Both of us do CrossFit. Yevgeny has worked in the largest gym in the Ukraine, CrossFit affiliate in Ukraine. He is
I was worked there.
was yeah 9 months ago. He really uh he's a lover of CrossFit like all of us. He's part of the community, and with some of the we were talking about some of the concerns in regards to CrossFit HQ's response to the war, response to the Russian athletes, etc. But the conversation I think is also much bigger than that. It's just it's healthy for the world to see, hey, this is what a young man looks like in a country that's fucking being attacked by another country. And we're trying to, and those of us who are in the United States, I don't know about those of you who are in another country, but the real problem that we have right now in the United States is that the news outlets that lied to us the last 2 years, I mean, brutally lied to us, are now covering the war that's going on in Yevgeny's beloved homeland. And so we can't trust them. So we don't have any news that we can trust in the United States. It's a mess. But we
I
do
think it's
know,
not
but we do know
not
from the pictures. Go ahead. Go ahead.
it's not only problem in USA. It's a problem of all world. We have a lot of information, and mostly it's a fake news, and
Right.
the point from some people who want to say that that's right to you.
Right.
So it's not only your problem.
They I could pull up the picture, but the classic example is they show us a person who is a 16-year-old boy who's 400 pounds, and they tell us the headline says, "Healthy boy dies of COVID." And you know that, you can see it's a lie, but the weird part is that people fall for it in this country. I don't know if they fall for it in your country too. And so we're just like this. Yeah. This is the news. Perfectly healthy 16-year-old boy who loved photography died suddenly from COVID. And then if you scroll up and you see his picture, this boy is not perfectly healthy.
Not
anyway,
very healthy.
And this isn't isolated. This is the norm, right? And so we have this huge vacuum of information. Are you aware of this movie that people are talking about in the United States? It got banned from YouTube. Oliver Stone's movie.
Yes, something about that. I saw that. I saw it early. I can't find it now. After we chat about it. Yes, but I saw it early.
Basically, to be honest with you, it was hard for me to follow. But one of the premises in the movie, and it seems like Oliver Stone is getting this from Putin, of course, the leader of the country that's attacking you, but that basically I think it's in your north, that there is a large faction of Nazis, and that's who he's rooting out. I mean, it sounds like a fucking Hollywood movie, right?
Mm-hmm. Of course, because we have no party from Nazi here. I know about the European countries who have a Nazi party. Sweden, by the way, is for the example, but we have no Ukraine. There was some right party in 2014. Yes, it's the Pravый sector, right sector. Yes, but they have very little of people who can join our government, and they don't go there. So there was some kind of people who was this kind of points, yes, but in general, it's not the mostly of people of government in our country. There is free country, yes, and we have a lot of points, a lot of parties in our country, and that's not a problem here.
Right.
It's problem only for one man who Nazi now by himself.
And who's that?
This is Vladimir Putin.
Oh, right, right.
By the way, the official from our I don't know, the guys who talk about the right sentences, right world letters, yes. They tell that Putin now it's from little letter. Putin, Russia, we write from little letter, not big letter. Understand? Yes.
No.
No. When you write your name, yes, you start from the big letter.
Oh yes.
So, a big C. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So in Ukraine, we start to write Putin from little c, not big.
Oh.
This is official now.
So if we write Putin's name, we write it with a lowercase p.
Yep.
I like that.
And when you read news now in our chat, in our social media, there is little Putin here.
People ask me all the time, do you know what's going on over there? Do you know why there's a war? And I say, no, I have absolutely no idea. Do you know?
Yes, I know. There is hundreds of years of hating by the Russia government to the Ukrainian people. That was when they have kings, yes. Then we have the free Kazakhs people, maybe you know, yes. It's horse ride guys with some weapon, and they just love to be free, yes. And we are the grandsons of these people. And when Ukraine go to the European side, yes, there was a reason for Putin. He's scared that his people look on us and think, oh, the guys can be in good stuff. Yes, they can have more more good stuff. He has more freedoms and each other. And he scared that people go on the street and tell, we want also have a good economic, yes, travel more, yeah, have more money and other stuff. So
let me see if I can follow you so far. Basically, the Ukrainian society, the civilization that was growing in the Ukraine, Putin was afraid that it was going to look appealing to the Russian people, that they would look across the border and be like, well, shit, that looks good. And that would cause then...
Why we don't be like that, yes?
And then the people would be like, hey, we want these types of freedoms. We want electricity that runs 24 hours a day. We want to be able to do this. We want to be able to have this political party. So he was afraid that it would be contagious and that would hurt his ability to hold power of his country.
Yeah, it starts from early years of independence of Ukraine, when Russia government tried to move their guys to our government. Yes, by the years. Yes, we have a couple of revolutions when Putin by himself to Ukraine. Yes, and he was with one of our presidents, Viktor Yanukovych. It's the running president who have a couple of criminal cases now in Ukraine, yes, and we searching for him here to go in the jail. So they be the friends, and Yanukovych want to go Ukraine to Putin near, and then people go on the streets. 2014, yes, there was a lot of kills. There was a Putin operation to annexate Crimea, yes. Start the war on Donbass in the east of Ukraine, yes, where they have a couple of cities, and now Russia said that they are a free republic, yes, and they come here to protect them. So this is the point. Yeah, and all this stuff moves 8 years now, and we have a big problem right there on our windows.
So let me see. So one perspective, and both perspectives could be true, I guess. One perspective is that the Russians are threatened by the Ukrainian lifestyle, whatever it is, the political parties, whatever they have there. And then, but Putin, the narrative that he's spinning is that there's these people inside who want to break away from Ukraine, and that's basically who he's going in and helping.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. It's very interesting. I wonder if they're explained. I feel like I just can't see that explained in our media. Our media is really focused on the fighting now. I guess a journalist was killed. An American journalist was killed there a few hours ago.
I saw this news. Yeah.
His name is Brent Renaud. I guess he's a former New York Times reporter. I couldn't find his Instagram account. I guess another journalist was killed also. It sounds like that they were killed at gunpoint, that they were at a checkpoint and someone shot them in the head, is what it sounds like from the little bit of information I have. It doesn't sound like that they were hit by a stray bullet or a bomb. And it also sounds like the Russian military is just outside of Kiev now. It's about 9 miles outside of Kiev. And then are you also hearing that they're attacking right on the Polish border also? I saw that the Russians are now attacking like 12 to 20 miles away from the Polish border. And the media here in the United States is saying that that's a huge concern because Poland's a NATO country.
Yeah, of course. They want to provocate other countries to go in for war. So maybe you know about the Belarus. There was, on this week, there was a situation when Russia from Ukraine attacked Ukraine on the border with Belarus, yes, and then attacked Belarus and say that it's by Ukrainian soldiers. Yeah. So that
actually did happen. They actually did that. That actually
because all world was ready for this. Yeah. So it's a little bit strange when you do this and all world know that this is fake and you just like a clown there.
What about these American? We keep hearing about these American-sponsored chemical plants inside
Oh,
of. Are those
uh,
real?
no, this is very interesting situation. Just realize that say Russian propaganda. The Ukraine, the country that have biological laboratories to work with viruses. Yes, there are secret projects with American engineering, bioengineering. Yes, from Pentagon. Yeah. Also, we experimented with COVID. Yes, and make some ethnic groups more prone to infection. That's what they say. So uh, uh, this crazy stuff, everything we do in Ukraine now. Yes. By the way, we also developing nuclear weapons now from that search of
You're
information.
speaking facetiously, sarcastically, right? You're saying that these
Yes.
are all the rumors
Yeah.
that are spreading.
Because it's very funny because we right government country, right? No, not right government, but we have laws, yes, and we try to follow these laws. So we don't have nuclear weapon from 1992, I guess. Yes, we don't have biological weapons because we don't have it. Yes. By the way, before Putin dropped bombs on Ukraine on February 24, he said that we are going to attack Russia. And just yesterday, Lukashenko is the president of Belarus. Yes, because there are no people who choose Lukashenko in Belarus. He said that if we were not for preventive strikes, just he called these preventive strikes from Belarus territory, yes, Ukraine would have attacked Belarus in 6 hours after that. So if we look on all this stuff, we are very crazy country, yes. And why we have such a big problems? We have a lot of weapons, yes. We attacked Russia, attacked Belarus, maybe Poland we attack, yes, next time. But it's crazy stuff from these old people, old men, yes, who want to destroy Ukraine and all good that we know about Ukraine. He wants to tell all world that this is a liar. We just look. We stay near the Russia, yes, and everything's gonna be fine before Russia go to our territory. And they go to us and start to tell that we do all this crazy stuff. It's strange, very strange. And of course, people who read this, they must follow to true search of information. Yes, look on the situation from any perspective. Yes, and find the truth. Because as we start speaking about the too many fakes now, yes, we speak about that people. I go to my social media and I read about bombing in Odessa. That I look in the window and no bombing in Odessa. But my mom can read this. She's not Odessa now, and she's scared about me. She thinks that I'm dying there, but I sit here and feel good. By the way, and this is a easy example of what do fake information with us. So we read something, we tell each other wrong information, and that's all. The machine was going on.
Yeah, the same media outlets that are telling us that there are media outlets in the United States that are saying that there are American biolabs in the Ukraine, several of them, that the same, and basically they insinuate, or maybe they even more than insinuate, they say that they were making chemical weapons. Those are the same people also told us that last week Odessa was going to be bombed. You know what? Another thing that I don't know if you've heard this yet, but a few hours ago. There's also reports in the United States now that let me make sure I get this right here. There are reports that Iran attacked the U.S. consulate in Iraq. That is really bizarre. That is really bizarre.
But this is what the fake, yes?
We don't know if it's fake. You think that's fake?
I don't know. I read about it in the shelter in the morning, and I just fuck, I'm in the basement, and now the third World War started here. But I don't know, fake or not. But this is interesting. I heard about next. If Russia now start to work with the serious guys, yes, they want to pay it from $300 to $600 per month, paid by Russia to recruits from Syria and Libya for the fate of the war against Ukraine. Yeah, and there is our information that people from Syria want to go to Ukraine, give up here, yes, and move to Europe. They just want to go from Syria because there's some fucking shit after Russia coming there. Yes, and also about Iran. We know that all the world want now to move away from Russia's oil. Yes, so without using their electricity.
Yeah, we
called oil. Yes, oil. And Iran is another country that have oil. Yeah, and it's very useful when you attack Iran. Yes, and you have a reason why to do this, but we don't know true now.
That I don't know. Are you watching what's happening? I don't know if you see what's happening in the United States, but that's another problem that we have in the United States too. The people really don't support our gas prices are skyrocketing, and it looks like it's not going to stop. And before this president went into power, the one we have in power now, Joe Biden, we had another president before him, Donald Trump, and it was the first time this country had been energy independent like in 80 years. And now all of a sudden, we had the cheapest gas we had in forever, and now all of a sudden, so that's another thing too. No one trusts our trust within our government's at an all-time low too. I wonder how that affects the sympathies of Americans for what's going on in the Ukraine. Has any country come to your aid? Has any country or has any country come to Ukraine's aid? I mean, like really come to their aid?
I don't understand what you say.
Has any country said, "Hey, Russia, you better stop, or we're gonna fuck you up"?
Yeah, it's a couple of countries like Belarus, yes, Syria, and some little country who just for the list. And more than 160 countries say that Russia stopped war. This is crazy fucking shit. And I read about Biden says that the oil paid now in USA, yes, it's the after sanctions for Russia, yes, it's like a normal situation, and he looking for the ways to move from it, yes. So it's the back side of the medal, yes, because I think if some country work with us, yes, want to protect us, it's not only good stuff for that countries, yes. Of course, if you want to ban Russia from something, there be some responsibility, some I forget this word, consequences, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is that we must be ready for. So there is, if we close eyes on the war now, that can just shut down all the earth. Yes, we have a lot of ecological problems. Yeah, and the last years, all smart people talk about the finish with the oil, yes, and move to the eco energetics. Maybe we must talk about it more now, and we don't know, be we alive or not after that stuff that's happening. Maybe you heard about the Chernobyl, that Russia occupied Chernobyl now. Know about it? And I have some information that Chernobyl was captured by Russian military, and it's completely disconnect from the monitoring system of the International Atomic Energy Agency. So nobody knows that happened now. And the station is de-energized now. So there is no electricity, and that atomic stuff, that radiation stuff, that must be cooled all the time. And when you have no electricity, you can move water there, yes, and they have the diesel generators, and they work by 48 hours, and then maybe we start a new ecological problem. Not we, but that crazy Russian guys who sit there. I think that it's a good idea to go on the atomic energo station.
Before all of this happened, were you this politically aware? Were you up to speed on Ukraine's politics?
What?
Before this happened, were you this educated and aware of Ukrainian and Russian politics, or is this all news to you?
I talked with you earlier that you don't interest in politics before the politics go to your home. So I want to be free. I know the curse of our country, so we go in Europe, yes, so we think about good life, and so I go on the all the when I start to talk with you, the easy words that I use every time, I forget about it. So I go on all the elections, yes, in my country. So interest, but a little bit of all this stuff. But now I am the expert of all the situation, yes, and all the people who sit in home or sitting in the shelter and have internet, they all scrolling phone and read about the news. So you know all the Russia bad people in the government, you know all the I know many of city mayors of Ukraine now, because they go to the video and say that everything good in I don't know, everything good in Kyiv, some stuff, because all the cities now have bad situation. But that's a good, yes, we don't have too much problems now, only provocations, yes, every day maybe, catching some saboteurs almost every day, yes, and some guys who want to start to do the mark for the bombs, yes, so the marks where bomb then land.
You do see those people? You do see people marking Odessa, like planes flying over, people? We
see many photos of that, of how this mark looks like. So there are many stuff like that, yes. So they work with the lighters from the windows, or they work with the paint. Not pain. So they do this, and the plane see from the plane you can see this mark and drop the bombs. And I see something like mark, and I go with our militaries, and we look on that thing, and that not be the mark. But all the civilians look for this stuff now, because it's really the possibility to help our army. Yeah. But if I ask on your questions, no, I know very little information about the politics of my country early.
Last week when I spoke to you, there were 1.4 million people, refugees, had left the country. Now we're at 2.7 million.
2.7 million, yes. And many countries say that they can't more have Ukrainians in their city because it's enough. Because it's very hard.
Do you have a strategy? Do you have a plan, an evacuation strategy? You personally, Yevhenni?
I like a man. I can't evacuate from the country because I'm I go to the military if real war, yes, in our city start, I must go and protect city. So I can't go on the border. So I can send my girlfriend on the border, but I can ride by myself. Only women and children can go now. There is.
Are you speaking to anyone else in the outside world? Are you doing other podcasts besides this one?
No.
Well, I really appreciate it. By the way, I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Go on. Sorry.
Thank you first, Sevan, because if we don't talk with you, nobody knows about that. I read many comments about like people from all the world, from the USA. Yes, they help us. They work with us now, and they tell many good words to me. So thank you.
Yeah,
but if
I saw the one girl on your Instagram account told me to fuck off and die.
This is another side. Yes.
Yeah.
There is a lot of people who with Putin now in the Russia. Many people say yes, it's everything fine. There is no war. There is the operation for the demilitarization of country. So we have on the borders. We now have many cases of men who try to dress like women, yes, and go on the border. Yes, we have a lot of photos. I forget to send you.
Hold on one second. I want to say something for those of you who didn't hear what Yevhenni just said, and that's why it's so important to talk. It would be interesting to speak with someone in Russia to see if they would talk openly with us. But Yevhenni was sharing with us that the story to the Russian citizens is that this is a demilitarization operation into Ukraine because they are a threat to the Russian people. And so that's how the narrative is being spun to the Russians. So if you lived in Russia, you might actually think that. I mean, and I feel sorry for those people. Oh, I feel sorry for everyone who's involved. It's bizarre how much it's affecting the United States to me. It is really, really it really shows how connected we all are. And I'm curious what and I don't have an answer for you, but how this is, because as gas prices go up, everything goes up in all of our lives, right? I've already had to make changes in my life. I'm not going to pay. We know gas is going to go to $12 a gallon here. That probably doesn't mean anything to you, but at that point,
no, I know that it is too much, of course.
Yeah, and we have runaway inflation, and we have a leader in our country on his very first day in office. He shut down our largest oil pipeline that was going to bring in 800,000 barrels a day. He shut down that project, and he got rid of 10,000 jobs. And if we would have had that today, we would have all of this leverage against Russia. They wouldn't have any leverage against the United States. It's the whole thing is really bizarre. But before I don't want to forget to ask you this too. Can you give me the details? You're on the 21st floor of a building and you were sleeping, and then at 3 a.m. you heard an alarm. Can you kind of tell me about that? Was your girlfriend with you?
Yeah, my girlfriend with me. I sleep with the phone in my hand. Yes, and but it's now I can not do this because on the streets we have a good alarm systems, and you can just sleep when start the alarm. Yeah, so you just wake up, grab your backpack with the documents, with some dress, because you don't know, maybe the bombs drop on your building, and you can go and take some clothes or take some food from your refrigerator. Yes, so we have some food in our backpacks, we have some clothes, some documents, money, and we grab the backpacks and go to the basement. It's a -3 floor. Yes, we go on the elevator, because it has electricity by itself. Yes, so we don't need to go by the stairs. It's very good, because if I couple of times of the day I go by my legs, I don't need any training, I think. Yes, and I don't want anything after that. So I go there, and we sitting before we have Wi-Fi there. We sitting just and waiting, and then I can go to the place where we have some little bit of internet. Yes, and we look, are the alarm is finished, or we sitting more. Yeah, and you don't know how long can you sit. So if I plan the training with you, yes, and I go to the basement, I can't have a job, I can't have the money, and my client is don't understand the situation. He wants to have some training, yes, and you know the situation. So I have some work now, because in that gym that I work, we have a good community of people, and these 2 weeks shows that they can be some sort of calmness now. Yes, and we start to train a little bit. Yes, have some group Zoom classes, but this is a home workout, and not too much people want to train at home. Not too much people want to train in this situation. Yes, so in Odessa we have a mostly calm situation, but in other cities it's not even talk about the training. So when alarm is over, I'm come back. If it was night, yes, you can sleep good after that. Yeah, so you maybe start a good some breakfast, or read some news, and maybe another half of hour of sleep. Or like was today, we only undress, yes, lie in the bed, and 5 minutes and another alarm, but we don't go to the shelter.
You didn't?
We
Why not?
We just go to the corridor of our floor, yes, and sit there, because it's very hard with your brain when you 3 hours spent there, when you can't sleep there because cold, some people talking. Yes, it's not very comfortable place to have some rest and recovery. Yes, if you train, and you come back, relax for the minutes, and then you need to go another time that. So we think just logically that we sit 3 hours there, and another alarm can be 3 hours more. So we think like that. It's only our selfness, yes. So we sitting on the chairs on the 21st floor on the corridor, and after 10 minutes alarm is over, and we go to prepare the breakfast, because no more sleep after.
Did have any bombs dropped in Odessa? Any so far?
We have a couple of bombs, but not in Odessa, but near cities. Yes, in the region of Odessa region. So every time if you have alarm, it's basically about bombing. Yes, it's the dangerous from the air. So somewhere it's 100% that drop the bomb. Yes, it can be Odessa or some I don't know, some village near Odessa.
So there are no false alarms. When you hear the alarm, something bad is happening somewhere.
Yes, but there is our protection systems, yes, that work, and they can destroy the bomb in the air. So it's dropped from the air, and our protection system go there. So not 100%. We have the crash the buildings or some dead lives, yes, but there is a big percentage.
It has during all of these years of conflict with Russia, has Odessa in general been a sort of its own separate Have any?
Understand what you want to say. You want to say that Odessa, it's always telling that Odessa is a Russian city. There is
not that it was not that it was a Russian city, but that not that it was a Russian city, but just that the conflict never has come to Odessa. Has the conflict ever come to Odessa before, or is this
Odessa is a part of Ukraine? So
right.
Of course, yes. But historically, all people think that Odessa is a Russian city. But now our government, our mayor, and all the situation that we have on the streets, I can't tell you about that because it's the tactical secret. Yes, all this stuff says that Odessa is Ukrainian as never. Yeah, so
Ukrainian as ever, like it's
as never. So Ukrainian, no more. Russian thinking in Odessa. So all the people now understand that Russia is not the friend. Maybe sometimes when I ride in Odessa, yes, I basically I speak in Ukrainian, yes, but I know Russian very good. You know, in Ukraine we have a lot of people who also talking by Russian. And if we talk about this little bit. This is hundreds of years of Russia operations to that we have Russian language too, because it's very comfort when people talk in Russians. You can go to their home and say, I protect you. Yeah, you talk in Russian language. I protect you, and everything gonna be fine. As Putin do in Crimea and Donetsk. Yes. So this is hundreds of years when our books was fired. Yes. When our historical people who work for Ukraine nationality, yes, they was killed. They was killed over the time. Yes. And now we have the situation when mostly of our citizens understand that this is not good to not talk Ukrainians, because you gave a chance to your warrior, yes, who can go and tell you that, oh, you're Russian, you can talk Russian. So that I want to say. So when I come to Odessa, yes, I basically talk in Ukrainian, but here people don't ever understand all that I talk by Ukraine. So I work in gym and talking Russians mostly, yes. But now we have situation when all the people understand mostly Ukraine, yes, and we only on our language, our foreign language speaking, and want to know this at all.
Odessa's a vacation town though too, right? I'm guessing that people would come from Poland and Russia and just all over to vacation there, right? It's
a lot of we have a sea, Black Sea, and a lot of beach in Odessa, a lot of good hotels, and this is a vacation city.
I think I've been there.
Yeah,
a long time ago. I can't remember. I was somewhere in Ukraine, some beach town. I think it was Odessa.
Maybe. I ride there.
What's the other big beach town? What's the on the Black Sea?
On the Black Sea, Berdansk. You have all the Black Sea.
Where's Malta?
All the Black Sea coast, yes, have cities where you can come and be like on vacation.
Right.
It's all the Black Sea coast.
And as I recall, the beach there when I was there it was rock, like big rocks.
Big rocks. Maybe it's not Black Sea, but Azov Sea. We have another sea in Ukraine. It's Azov Sea. And there also be some mountains.
Have the Russians told you, do they tell the Ukrainian people, are they communicating like you, excuse me, you sent me a video of trucks driving down the street, Russian trucks driving down the street. Are they do they tell anything to you on those trucks? Like, hey, are they saying this is almost over, 2 more weeks and it's going to be over? Or do you know what the end game is? Or do they tell
No,
you?
you know, there is a situation. Then the Russian people used to manual, yes, of 2014 when they desperately trying to hold a sham referendum for People Republic, yes, and in Donetsk and Lugansk, and they want to do this in Kherson now. It's a Kherson region. It's not. It's near the Crimea, so this is a tactical move from Russians, and the support among us people in Kherson is zero because nobody wants to go to Russia. Yes, and it is a complete fiction to do like this. And yes, now the cars and militaries go on the streets, and they only tell that you don't go to the protest. Yes, you can go with the Ukrainian flag. Yes, and say Russia go home. They just want to scare people, and not only scared, but they kill a lot of people. And this week was very scary week because a lot of died from the civilian people. We have a problem. I talked with you last week about it, but we have a couple of cities who have a big food problem, water, electricity problem because Russia is over the city and they don't give the opportunity to people to go away. Yes. And one of this city is Mariupol. I send you a lot of photos from there. And on this week, they dropped a bomb on.
So that's right on the that's very close to Russia. That's basically the Sea of Azov.
Yeah, they want to connect Crimea, Kherson, and Donetsk. Yes, and this is a tactically move. So they all the stuff of war stuff is happening there because it's something that they want to do. And well, we have the maternity hospital in Mariupol, yes, that had been bombed. And the scary is what that 4 hours before the bombing on the maternity house, yes, where was some women with kids, and you understand what this is, yes. So 4 hours before it, representatives from Russia say that in that building there is a national battalion. So
there's a what? House, there's a what in that building?
National battalion, the national, the war people from Ukraine. Yes.
Okay. So and, soldiers. That they're soldiers. They claim there were soldiers hiding in the maternity room. Okay.
And well, the maternity hospital defensive position from which fire is confused. So from maternity house, yes, they think that somebody must to shot, and they just drop a bomb. You can show the photos. There is some big from the bombs, big, how it called.
Caleb, do you have all those photos? I think I pushed them to you. Okay, you can anytime he's talking about any of these places, feel free to show those.
A bit hole from the bombs. Yeah, you see this kid, and he already there, and you can watch the escape of this. So this is.
That's a soldier in there. That's a soldier in there taking out. What's he doing?
Oh yeah. I think he looking for maybe some people. I don't know. Looking
can you
for
show
some
us?
stuff.
Can you show us the maternity ward photos too, Caleb? Thank you for sharing all of these. By the way, I think it's important people see these obviously because it makes it more real. And so that's the hospital behind us. And here's a woman being carried out who looks like she's pregnant.
Yeah, and it's a catastrophic. Yes, when the bomb, the forbidden bombs, yes, it's bomb, the war protocols, yes, of this love stuff. You can drop these bombs. It's a big 250 kilos bombs, yes. Then it's the Genevan Convention, yes, was, and you can't use it in the war situations. So
Caleb, can you keep showing? Sorry, can you keep showing pictures? Can you show the picture? You showed us another picture for a split second of a lady holding a baby with the blanket on her. Man, that girl doesn't even look like she barely looks like she's 20 years old. I'm guessing she has a baby in those blankets. Oy.
And this is terrible because that was in Mariupol, yes, but on March 11, there is the situation when trying to evacuate from the village of Peremoga, it's not far from the Kiev, yeah, the Russian troops shot a column of women and children. So there was a 9 dying people because they want to go away by the green corridor, and the soldiers just shot him.
So someone is saying, can you ask him if Azov are in Odessa? Who is Azov? I think Azov is a city. It's a sea, right? I don't understand this question. I'm going to show it to you. I don't understand this question. Can you ask him if Azov are in Odessa? Isn't Azov the sea we saw on the map? Can we see the map?
No.
Oh,
yeah. Show me the map. Azov, it's a little city, little sea, and this is here.
Can you read this? Did you read this?
The Sea of Azov there is, and the Mariupol, by the way, the city that we're talking about, they're here in the north of Azov Sea. So this is Berdyansk, and Mariupol, something higher. Yeah, Mariupol. Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
So I send you a photo of the people, dead people, yes, and it is a mass grave in Mariupol because people don't have the food, don't have the water, and we can't send some help to them because Russia can give an opportunity for this.
So here let me read this to you really quick. So this is someone in the comments is saying Azov is a battalion is a neo-Nazi militant group supported by the West. Does any of that sound legitimate to you?
We have Azov battalion. Yes, I don't know who support him, but this is guys who also protect the Ukraine. And Azov is that battalion when what Russia can tell that this is a Nazi, yes, because they start to talk about it from the 2014 when all the stuff it was. So they find the people who can they can talk about Nazi, yes, from these people. So I don't know what bad do Azov now, yes, but this also the battalion. It's not official battalion, yes,
right.
But they protect the Ukraine also.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I just Googled that in there, Azov, and then put in the word Nazi. And this is the thing, man. The media is just like, this is where it all gets, it gets weird. I mean, are there really neo-Nazi fighters for Ukraine? Well, yes, but it's a long story. I haven't read this article. And of course, when I Googled it, I put in the word Nazi, so that's all that's going to pop up.
So that was the stuff that we're talking earlier. So of course, in any country, you have people who have some nationality looks. Yes.
Right. So this country, we have a whole network. We have a network called CNN. The entire network is racist, and they just pump shit out nonstop. So I'm not Azov representative said the symbol is an abbreviation for the slogan "National Idea."
Mhm.
It's so bizarre to me that the word nationalism is negative.
Yes.
That it has negative connotation. We need to take that word back. It
So
should be perfectly
some
okay to be a nationalist.
some people love their native land more than others. So
Yeah, that should be fine.
some, some people already ready to take a weapon and go and fight for their native land. So I can't do like that because I don't know how to use the weapon. Yes, it's
Right.
my problem maybe. And if you think about your country, if you read the news, if you know all the political situation that we're talking with you earlier, yeah, you know about that bad guys from another country already go to you and want to war with you. So they ready. They go and train. They go and they know how to take a weapon. And this is not bad stuff, because if we don't have people like that, yes, maybe we don't have a military.
Right. Right. It's
So
go ahead. Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
no.
There's a wiki. I just pulled it up on Wikipedia, and it says that basically the Azov is a former paramilitary unit of the National Guard of Ukraine based in Mariupol in the Azov Sea coastal region. Azov initially formed as a volunteer militia in 2014. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they were fighting Russian separatist forces in the Donbass war. Man, what a mess.
This is that people that go first on the fire, you know.
How did Ukraine have a do you guys have a draft? Do all men have to fight in the military? In the Ukraine, does every man have to go through the military?
Yeah. From 18 to 27 years, you must go to the army, yes, and have a year to know how it do. But if you have education, so if you go to the university, yes, and have a study, you have a time when you don't go to army. It's called.
Is that what you did? Did you go to the army or did you go to college?
I don't go to army. I go to university. I go to college. I go to the university. Yes, and then I work abroad. So I not was in the army.
Caleb, can you show us? I don't want to run out of time and not show the pictures. Can you show the picture that Yevhenni sent us of the affiliate in Kiev? It looks like it's been turned into a shelter or a food bank.
Yeah.
Do you talk with those people there every day, Yevhenni?
Yeah, I know all these people.
And what is going on over there? How did that happen? How did it? What are they using the facility for now? Oh, it's that people are sleeping there. Okay.
This is a gym from Lviv. It's on the western Ukraine. By the way, we have a couple of bombs in Lviv yesterday. So it's the west of Ukraine, and Russia don't go there till the last days. So now they start to bombing all our cities. So this is you can see the rings, yeah, you can see the bars, and there are a lot of people who there is a basement in this gym, so people find the shelter here. So all the gyms that I know that work some ways, yes, they now volunteered or just like a shelter, but nobody stay at home. All people want to help. And if you show the CrossFit Bandas video that I sent you, there is a manager, Vlad, who can just sit, yes, and you can see the big CrossFit box. It's a very cool box, by the way. Yes, I like this gym. And they volunteered from early morning to the evening. They look for the people who need help. and they grow money because there is hundreds of members in this box.
When you say they grow money, they raise money? You mean donations?
Raise money, yes. Yeah. And it's situated in the center of the Kiev, yeah. So there is a lot of people who can help. And you can see all this stuff with the food and with the medicals. And they just write to the Kiev and give all the stuff to the people who need it. And CrossFit Banda, it's the largest affiliate in Ukraine. They have four, I think, boxes, yes. And there is from the Instagram, I send you a photos, another box in CrossFit Banda located in Kiev also, and in the basement. And there is also a shelter. So the trainers live there and their relatives too.
Any more word from CrossFit HQ? Have you guys heard from CrossFit HQ or anything?
No, we have volunteers from all over the world. Yes, a couple of events. Yes, Burpee for Ukraine. Maybe you heard about it.
Burpees for Ukraine. Can you look that up?
Burpees for Ukraine.
And then the country manager for that region is Russian. He must be put in a really weird spot. That's
I don't know. Maybe he spoke with some people, but I don't have information about this. And yes, it's strange.
And you said that you've actually you've started doing a little bit of training. Is this the first time you've started doing a little bit of training in 2 weeks?
No. All this time, when I have some window, when I have some possibility, I can send you later some stuff with my training. It looks different, yes, like a training in the regular gym, but it's something, yes. You can do something. So I have a wall, I have a floor, so I can push-ups, I can handstand push-ups. So I have a couple of street training stuff. Yes. So the bar, the jump rope, I do some EMOMs today. I run 4K and then do EMOM for 20 minutes and 4 muscle ups in the first minute and 40 double unders in second minute, and for the 20 minutes it was good stuff. But after 3 hours of sleep and a couple hours of work, I'm just I don't know how I speak with you now, but it's interesting. The training every time I tell to my clients, the training is that stuff that can remove
the toxicity of the environment you're in, the mental, emotional
toxicity, the voltage in your head, yes, and keep your brain safe and calmness. So if you really you think, fuck, how can I train in this situation? But if you can sit and read news, if you can go and eat, and you do some everyday stuff, you can train also. Maybe it's not the workout, maybe it's 10 minutes warm up, but it's all that you can do for security of your body. And guys, you must train all the time. Yeah, I have a war in my country, but I know that many many coaches now write the training, free training. Yes, you can go to Instagram or you can write to me, and I send the free training for all the people because it's important now. All can I give? Yes, for some support. Fuck, I forget the word of support. Yes. All can I get? Can I give you? It's some training and some maybe some educational stuff, and I try to be useful. Yeah, I try to be useful all this time.
Yevhenni, has your did you have, before this war started, did you have like, okay, next year I'm going to marry my girlfriend, then we're going to have kids, I'm going to open up a gym here, I can't, did you have this, a future and a dreams? Where are you personally in your life right now? Are you like, are we talking, are you shocked? Are we like, you pull it off when I talk to you, you just seem so normal, but are you fucked up? Like, is it like just is it just
I'm
scrambled eggs in your brain right now?
Yes, I'm fucked up like the situation when you can't build some plans for the future. So you
Right.
don't know it's finished after a week or maybe years. Yes, it's terrible, but we don't know. But there is a statement that many my good friends and many people with I've spoken about, they want to marry it in the day when Putin died.
Ah,
Yeah. So about my plans, I looking for the level 2. Yes, and just because in Ukraine we don't have the seminars like that, only level 1, and it's no in that time. So I have level 1 in Kiev in that affiliate that you can that I show on the photos. Yes, but for level 2 you must go abroad, and I looking for some seminars near the Ukraine and want to have level 2, want to have uh, some experience abroad, maybe train a couple of months there, because I want to be educated man. I want to teach people how to move well, and we have not very strong fitness mentality in our people in Ukraine. So there is not too much. It's a lot of people who train and do something, but it's not too much. We all know that it's important, yes, and why it's important, because chronic disease and all this crazy stuff, yes. I know that America have a big problem with that also, and I
yeah,
want to.
they call it COVID in America. They're confused. They're so
Yes.
confused.
And in Ukraine, we work with the COVID in our bio laboratories now. You know about it, yes?
Right.
It's a joke, by the
I
way.
understand.
So, yes, I want to go far away from this, yes. And my one of my dream was to go to the seminar stuff,
Oh,
but I don't but I don't know about it, because in CrossFit now the position of CrossFit I don't really understand it, because they just silent like Russian CrossFit athletes who know the situation but continues to train and uh, like never happening. Yes, nothing happening. Yes, it's very strange, and I don't know where it ends. So my dreams and plans uh, just about to have food, to have safety, yes, to have alive my friends and family, and that's all. And yeah,
so it went from spreading. Your plans were to take your level 2, hopefully become a red shirt for the seminar staff for CrossFit, to spread the
yep,
good word throughout the Ukraine and the world, to stop chronic disease. And now you just want to stay alive and get food for your family.
yeah. By the way, a couple years ago, I write to the CrossFit to. I talking closely with some bloggers in Ukraine who work to popularization of Ukraine. Yes, and we want to. I want, and they want to support to translate level 1. And I write about it to the CrossFit, and they answer me that there is not too, but not. Uh, Not literally, but they say that not too much people in Ukraine who doing CrossFit, not too much affiliate. So guys, there is no plans for Ukrainian level 1. Yeah, like that. And now we have this.
Maybe you should just steal it.
Told you early, all the
I bet you
people.
Greg wouldn't. Bet you Greg wouldn't care if you stole it. I bet you he'd be proud of you if you stole it.
Yeah, I use the Russian level 1 guide early. Now I think I use original level 1 guide without translation, because because fuck Russian.
Right.
And yep, and I think some 1 minute.
Yeah.
Once, yes, I translate the CrossFit Level 1 guide on Ukrainian. Yes, once we have a strong community fitness in Ukraine, and I think in near future we have a victory and have a good future for country. All these good people who now near 3 million goes away. They scared. About the this syndrome, yes, when you in dangerous situation from the long time. It's I don't know how it's called. I'm not medicine, but all our citizens have this syndrome, and this is this minus a couple of years of your life, yes,
Yes.
because one stupid old guy who don't want to go and die. Oh, it's hard,
Dude, it's fucking unfathomable. Yevhenni, will you meet with me next Sunday at the same time?
Of course.
I really appreciate
if I'll be alive.
Yeah. It's crazy to hear you say that. When you say that, I kind of block it out.
But
I can't process
I must
that.
say that. I must say that because many people now maybe in this second somebody dying in Ukraine.
I hear you.
This second some building is crushed. Yes, some children and women died, and this is terrible stuff in our world. When you see my position, yes, about the education, all this stuff, yes. Why we don't live a good life? Yes, be smile to each other, yes, and jump with the flowers, yes. It's like that. We must war. We must have some fakes, some COVID, some crazy government shit, yes, and we have only 80 years. I hope 80, 90 years of life, yes, and we must go through all this shit, and all the people go through this shit. I want to have kids, and that they don't know about war, nothing about war, about this Putin.
Did you ever think how old are you?
27 years.
Did you ever think prior to this that you would be involved in a war, that your city would be under attack from the Russians? Did you ever fathom that? No. I know it's a man, life is so weird.
Yep. Dramatically, but it's true.
All right, brother. Hey, thank you for coming on. We met. Was this a good time for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have fun.
I apologize.
Now I have a lot of fun. I'm speak from my heart. Yes, you literally give me the opportunity to be open to this. So thank you.
Yeah, and I apologize for last week for using the word Russia and Ukraine interchangeably 2 or 3 times. I apologize. Please forgive me.
This is like a joke. I know about that people from USA think that Russian is Ukraine, Ukraine is Russian. It's popular stuff. It's all the hundreds of years of propaganda, of killing of fire our books, of killing our culture. It's all from there.
And you know I'm Armenian, right? And that
of course.
My mom and dad, and I have family in Armenia, and they are in big fucking trouble right now because of what's going on. They are in big fucking trouble. Yeah. So they have, when you said that the Russians had infiltrated the political scene in politics in Ukraine, I think that is what's happened in the United States, in Armenia also. I think that basically Azerbaijan and the Turks have infiltrated Armenia's political scene, and they're doing really bad shit there. It's fucked up. And I don't want to get all fucking crazy, but in our country, it feels like the Chinese have infiltrated our political system. Something weird is going on. But the good news is this. I'll leave you with some really good news. Some really, really fucking bad people seem to be waking up. Yesterday, there's this guy in the United States named Trevor Noah. He's like the leader of fucking just horrible shit. He's a comedian, and it sounds like even he is waking up. He said none of this would happen under Biden, and this is a really, really bad guy. This is a guy that just spreads weakness and throughout our country. But so in our country, it does appear that people are waking up, that they've reached a limit of the bullshit, the feeling sorry for people, the lack of accountability, this fucking bullshit, like racism, gender, fucking all the confusion that's been sowed into our people. It feels like to me that it's coming to a head. So
yeah, a lot of shit happened, and a little or more, whole world is feeling about that.
Say that again.
A lot of shit happened in the world, yes, and
Yeah.
less or more, all the countries feel it. Not maybe not today, but it's coming. Yes, we must be moderate, yes, and think about our future, because it's not only here happened trouble or in Armenia happened trouble. It like the bad position. Now we have a bad ecological position. We have the war. Every time war in somewhere in the earth there is a war. We have terrorism and all this stuff. We must think and don't forget for other people too.
Perfect. All right, brother. I will keep hitting you up every single day on WhatsApp and keep the conversation going. Please keep sending the pictures, and we'll stay in touch.
Be in touch.